Okay, it's 6:15. We'll call this meeting to order. The first item on the agenda is consideration of the May minutes. I emailed those out, but I know I emailed them out late, so I brought a copy for you to look at. Make sure that I didn't miss anything.
I'll make a motion to accept the minutes as presented.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
Aye.
So we're next to the financial report. How are we doing, Treasurer Rob Smith?
Well, a couple of changes, and I also have from Sarah the information on the loan that we have to pay back. Let me sort through all my stack here. Our balance increased by, I didn't add the two numbers up. I can tell you what they are. $18.63 in interest and $470 from the farmers market on Mondays. So that's $488.63 if I did the math right, Michael.
Yep.
New balance of $10,123.61. And would you like for me to read into the minutes the information on that loan outstanding?
Sure, yes, please. So we have it recorded and we can go back and look at it to
Which means
understand.
I have to find in this stack of papers here where I put that. I've got it here somewhere, Alyssa, and I thought I had myself organized coming into the meeting. If you've got it right there, Alyssa, I don't know where I put it. Sure. I printed it out specifically before I came. Okay, so this is the outstanding loan which sits on our books right now for the DDA as a liability at $48,000 due to the city. This happened in or around, hey Marisol, July of 2015. It's an economic development initiative to the Villa Rica Downtown Development Authority. Sounds like David M., our attorney, requested the council to approve releasing $50,000 of the previously allocated $250,000 of the city's 2015 budget. The $250,000 total is for economic development initiatives, and the $50,000 will be used to, let's see, it's a little chopped up here. Anticipated appraisal, structural engineering fees, legal services, indemnity insurance, liability insurance, architectural drawings, and for escrow down payments. And that motion was approved. Leslie McPherson made the motion, and it was seconded by Shirley Marchman. And that happened on August 3rd, 2015. The money was deposited into the UCB checking account for the DDA. And we owe $48,000 back. I'm sorry, Marisol.
Oh, you're good.
I'm spread out all over the place here. That's what I've got, Michael.
Did the city pay for the new roof on Butterballs, or did DDA pay for that out of the $50,000? That's what I was thinking. Part of the $50,000, a big chunk of it was the new roof on it, plus architectural and
I'm not 100% sure, but it sounds like it.
Yeah, there was nothing in the minutes to, and I just found, okay, this is your copy.
they needed to put a new roof on it to prevent further deterioration. Okay. And the $48,000 is still a valid.
The $48,000 is still a valid debt.
Okay. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah. Do you want a copy of this? Or I guess, hey, Barbara, are you doing the minutes?
No, I'm doing the minutes. Barbara hasn't been approved by the city and sworn in by the mayor.
Even though we voted.
Correct. They didn't meet in June.
Okay. Thanks for bailing me out there, Alyssa.
don't jump into it until you have to. All right. The next item is reappointment of myself to the DDA board, and I've filed a new application with Alyssa so that it can be submitted to the city council once the DDA approves recommending my reappointment to the city council.
And that'll go to, be at the July meeting. It's already on the agenda.
I'll make a motion to reappoint Michael Young for his new term for DDA.
All in favor? That is unanimous. All right, I think, Alyssa, the next one is you. The bank account change signers at United Community Bank.
I spoke with Gina, the manager at United Community Bank, where the DDA checking account is. She said she'll need a copy of the minutes. And if the signers are not a customer at United Community Bank, you know, they have to set up your profile. So when you come, they'll need a copy of your driver's license, your address, social security number, because they have to set you up as a profile. So I don't know if you, 1, 2, 3, want to get together and go one day and set that up, or contact Gina, the manager, and ask her when you could come by and see her so she can change those signers.
Okay. Who will the signers be?
You as chair, I'm on there, I need to be off. You'll be
Right.
on as chairman, and
And Rob?
Rob will be on.
Is
the
that
treasurer.
just the two of us?
Two of those.
Okay.
I would phone and speak to Gina first before you come, just to make sure that it's a good time to go and sign that up. And as you know, the city takes care of the financials, so the the checks are at City Hall.
Okay.
I did go by and got some deposit slips. So I don't know if there'll be a charge for those deposit slips or not. I picked them up today so I could use them for the farmer's market, because I took $180 today. So
Okay.
Will this note in the minutes that are in front of you down there, where it says election of new officers and changes, would that suffice for the minutes?
I would think so. She just said a copy of the minutes where the officers have changed.
Okay.
Yep.
So Rob and I will get together and figure out a time
When you do
that
go,
works
if
for
she's-
both of us and Gina at the bank.
I'm sorry, when you do go, she's having trouble finding the account. It's listed City of Villa Rica Downtown Development Authority. It's the way they've got it filed. Because when I went and made the first deposit, when I was over here, they couldn't find it. The only way they could find the account was to look up Carl Peabody's name. But it's City of Villa Rica, not Villa Rica.
Well, Andy and Carl are still on it, so we could use the same thing.
Yeah. So check Carl's.
Hey, Michael, you want to try and, I can call Gina and see if we can do it Thursday, either before or after the other meeting that we've got.
Yeah,
Does that work for you?
that would work.
We'll call and see if we can do it either before or after. Do you have a preference?
I don't have a preference, although generally it takes more time than you think it will.
I know.
So after might be better.
I'll set it up for after and I will let you know.
All right. And Elisa, you're up again. Trash receptacles and benches downtown.
Yes, I'm happy to report that I got $5,000 in this coming budget to replace the trash receptacles downtown. I know the bottom part has been there for ages, and they're pretty aged. So I got a few quotes and got it to my boss, and she was able to put $5,000. Of course, it hadn't been approved yet, but we do have in the budget to replace those trash cans downstairs. Oh, not downstairs, downtown, and we will place them, spread them out where they go, because there's more on this side and not enough on this side. And at the corner of Another's Treasures, there's two of them sitting there, and I don't know how two got there, but we will space them in where they're supposed to be. So after October 1st, we can get those ordered. But I did want to bring up the benches downtown. We've got various benches around downtown that's got the name of a business on it. And just talking to Ellen McBrayer, she said that Jones Wind did buy that bench that's downtown, so I'm thinking that all the benches downtown were paid for by the business that's name is on it. Like one of them's got Reeves Jewelry that's been out of business for a long time. So I just wanted to talk to you all if you wanted to completely replace them or go in and if we can find someone that could refurnish them, paint them, or stain them. Yeah. And then
Yeah,
if
they're in good quality.
yeah, they seem to be. And then somebody like Reeves Jewelry, do you want to keep it downtown with a business that's been out of business for a long time, or contact the family and let them take the bench? That's just a question. There are more downtown that's got names on it that they've been out of business for a long time.
Would the business like to refurbish their bench? Rather than
Ellen
this-
just
rather
said
than
that
this-
if it was no longer needed, that they would take it back and place it on one of their properties. But I didn't want to get rid of benches downtown completely, but I would like to see businesses' names on them that are in business today, the new, but at the same time, we've had some business open up, leave, close, that kind of thing. So is it time? Maybe we should wait a while before we touch them?
What maybe a suggestion would be to contact some of the current businesses or new businesses downtown and see if they would be willing to refurbish them or pay for the refurbishment and have their names put on them. That might be a way to bring in
I
some.
don't know if you could you, if you put their names on it, wouldn't you just have to have a completely new piece of wood on it?
I don't know what it takes to refurbish.
Yeah, I
it.
don't either.
You
I
know,
mean-
in some cases, the wood may be good, you just sand it and re-varnish it or paint it or whatever. In other cases, you may have to replace some slats.
Yeah,
And
but
it may be at the point where you just need to replace them by the time you pay somebody to do all that work. I don't know, I did not research. I know I've got 2 park benches coming for the park down there, but they don't have anything on them except for one. I've got a plaque for the Junior Beta Club at Bay Springs Middle School because they paid money. They helped pay for one of the benches from their fundraiser. I've already got the plaque coming that's going to be installed. But, it's at the point where we really, if we're going to replace the trash receptacles, we need to look at the benches sometime too because they've been there a long time.
Well, what is the cost of the benches that you've got coming?
I don't really think that would be the type that you would want to sit downtown. I'm thinking the ones you want to sit downtown need to be bigger. These are more, I don't know, I can't describe them really. They're out of recycled plastic. And the
Gotcha.
color is cedar. So I didn't know if we wanted to go with something like that downtown or something more sturdy, heavier,
Long term, too, something
Well,
that can
these
sit for
supposed
a
to
while.
last for a long time, but I don't know,
Can we get like pictures of the ones that you ordered to look at them?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
or
can
like
send
our
that out to you.
options.
I
Because we can look
send that out to
into.
you and send options too. This is coming from a company out of Carrollton that the city's done business with for a long time, but there are other companies out there too that you can order from. I know with this equipment, we're paying them to install them, which means they're gonna put all the pieces together instead of staff doing it.
Yeah.
Because 2 of them I got quotes from. They ship the parts and staff has to put it together and install them. Well, this particular staff group is covered up right now. I know for a fact they are covered up. So that's why we paid to have these installed. But I can do that. I can get samples and we can start looking at them. But it could be, I don't know if I could go around and get a list of them and just contact the families. But first, I guess I need to find out what you all want to do with those.
Well, who owns, we have people businesses currently own them or bought them and put them there. Is that my understanding?
Yes, but some of those businesses have been out of business for a long time.
Exactly. So if we contact them and they no longer want them or don't want to have anything to do with them, I'm thinking as a minimal fundraiser or something that we could have some of the current businesses replace them, whatever, with whatever you're getting that's consistent, or maybe we could look at something else, just just an idea of, if you're going to have benches, why not get the businesses to help pay for them and be able to advertise on them or something? It's just an idea.
Would the removal of the current benches and the replacement of the benches you're going to get, would that end up with a deficit in the number of benches that that would be appropriate or needed? I mean, do we need these older benches, or is it optional to keep them because we don't actually need them?
I have not really walked around and counted them and made a list. I just added in there quickly just to run it by you all. If you wanted to go ahead and start working on that, I can get a list of all of them and see how many there are around town.
Well, you said staff is covered up, and staff would be the ones refurbishing them probably. 'Cause
I don't know if that's something they could do.
Well-
Sounds like to me we're gonna have to hire somebody to do that, a third
Yeah,
party.
and I think that's not that expensive to refurbish benches. If it's like replacing wood or something, I mean, I don't know who we hire either and how much they charge,
And
but
it could be, I don't know if it'll be cheaper just to
we
buy a
can,
new
like,
one.
yeah, that's what I was saying, like, see the cost of refurbishing it and see the cost of getting new ones. And if we're gonna get new ones and you're already ordering new ones, I would think it's best for them to all like sync and be like one solid color everywhere, not mix match benches.
But if they're not being utilized, like.
We can auction them or sell
Yeah,
them or stuff like that
or
for
maybe,
raise money to pay towards the new ones.
Exactly.
I know that when Gabe's was open, the benches out there were very much used.
Yeah, like even us, that's why we had to put the picnic tables because we didn't have the benches or anything like that on this side of town, really.
Yeah,
Because
it
even
seems like
Uncorked has
most
theirs.
everything's on this
What was
side
on
of
that
town
side, yeah.
For some reason, but I wanted to even
They
it
forgot about
out,
this
but
side.
I'll do some more research and count them all and see whose name's on them and start getting pricings and send it out to you. We can look at it next month if you want to. We've got time. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I was just happy that we did get 5,000 in the budget.
Up again is the Gateway Sign Project. I passed out 3 documents that Alyssa did send it out to us. It's just that it got buried in my email, so I didn't realize we got it. This document was the original proposal. The single page was the new contract that CVB is okay with. And then this smaller document is the new proposal. Did I hear that they've already built the signs? Did I hear that right?
Sarah and I had a conversation with Glenn from ACSM Company 2 weeks ago. Those signage, everything, it's almost 90% complete. And for some reason, which we don't know, they started on them before all the lease agreements were obtained from the property owners. So that's why there's a balance still due. So after talking to him, and Sarah got a lot of her questions, it is now at the city manager's office and the mayor. They're looking at it, and they're supposed to decide whether we continue on with the old signage or we wait for the rebranding that will be done in October and decide to start all over with the rebranding, the new logo, new tagline, new city colors. Everything's in place. Because, see, the proposal they sent, the write-ups, are really just samples. They were not chosen. It was just samples of their conversation when they sat down with me and Janet, and we talked to them about the history. And they took a look at all our social media and websites and started asking questions. And when I gave them everything that I knew about the city, just living here and working here, that was some of the designs. They came up with a brand new design. I do want to tell you that what Glenn told Sarah was, if you want to go on and finish your design, we'll do that, but I'm telling you, it's not pretty. And the sign's not big, and it has nothing to do with your history. It's not refresh and exciting like cities are doing, but if that's what you want to do, we'll finish them up. So that made her scratch her head even more. That's why she's gone to the city manager, herself, and the mayor, and they're all looking at it. But then, I know Sarah's on vacation, and then some of them are at a conference, so it's gonna be probably after the second week in July before I hear from them what they want to do. So up to 200,000 was if we went with one of the designs that they gave us, which that was just samplings of what I sent, like the city of Bremen, some of the cities not too far from us, what their gateway signage looks like versus what the DDA chose 5 or 6 years ago. It's a world difference. And that's where we stand. It's at them. They're making the decision.
The March 9th proposal does look a lot better. Will this be on the city council's agenda for July?
No.
No.
So it's already been the deadline. The deadline for the agenda, well, it's Thursday, but I won't have any answers by then. Sarah's out of town, and I won't have any answers, so it won't make it to July. But what you see there, the one that I had picked out, is like 3 times bigger than the sign that the DDA approved 5, 6 years ago, and then that time has passed. The cost of everything is much, much more than what they picked out, because what all they picked out was only 70-something thousand. That's pretty low for what we're getting on all of that. Back, I guess it was a big price back then when they put the bids out. But what we're looking at is going to be bigger than that sign. And, you know, all that one says is downtown Billerica. It doesn't say welcome to or welcome. It's not inviting at all. But if that's what the city manager and the mayor decide to do, I don't know if we could get them installed, and then when the rebranding is done, if we can add something to the signage. I don't know if the logo will change that we've had for so long, or if they could add something to it to incorporate the rebranding. I don't know.
Well, if the city's going to pick a new colors, that the whole color of the sign.
Well, the
will have
gold
to
will
change.
stay. Some of the gold will stay, because when I talked to them and they surveyed everybody, I said, that's the history. I said, don't take away the gold. I'm thinking it's going to be like a grayish color. There won't be a purple and gold. That's the high school. That's gone. It won't be a We Are VR. That's high school. It's going to be a grayish blue
There's
looking.
not much change in definition between gray and gold. 'Cause, you know,
Well, just a little gold, like a little stripe or
it'll
something
disappear
in
the
there,
gray.
like
Now,
that.
if it
What
was
that one's
blue,
got.
then the gold would show up, but I don't see the.
It'd
gold.
be I don't know what the tagline, but I know Ken Denny is working with the company, and they've gotten samples coming in, but I'm not privileged enough to see it yet. I have to wait till October.
So
So-
the whole thing is pretty much out of our hands. The mayor and the city
It's
manager
out of my hands,
will
too.
make selections and then bring it to the city council for approval and
Yeah.
payment? Or will they, after they approve it, will they kick it back to us for payment?
I don't know. I don't know. Because see, like you said, when the original document that went to council by Chris Pike, who was the Main Street manager then was talking about how it come out of CVB money, but like you said, the DDA served on the CVB board then, but now they're separate. So I don't know. I don't know if the city will find money for the budget next year, but we still have a $43,000 invoice sitting there that they keep asking me about.
For signs that are 90% completed.
Yes.
But that we didn't ask for them to make. So that.
Yeah, you did. The DDA did ask
But did they
them.
approve it?
Yes,
Because, I mean,
That right there.
yes.
I remember us talking for, as long
No,
as
it's,
I've been
this
on
is
the
gonna
board.
this is gonna be on the board way
Yeah.
before you.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. Like, every time we talked about it not being approved or not being started or being
No,
on the back burner.
what you kept talking about was we had 2 property owners that had not
Yeah,
signed their
that
lease
had not
agreement.
signed for them as well.
Yes.
Wow.
That was all, and really, when I went to them, it was no big deal, so I don't know why it was stalled and held off for so long. And
So
the city,
I'm sorry.
and the city actually bought that piece of property from Dr. Burnett. So we paid him for it, but he signed it in a heartbeat.
Where does that $43,000 invoice sit right now? Because it's
On
not
my
showing.
desk.
But it's, I mean, which account? Because it's not showing in our financials.
Only thing that I figured out, they decided that they would let the 43 go with a new project. It would go with a new design. I know that it was 70-something thousand, y'all have that in front of you, and that the DDA has paid 62,500. So the DDA still owes some money on it. The other part, I don't totally know. I don't know if it's because of the new designs that they came up with, because there was like 5 of them that drove down here from Charlotte, North Carolina, that met with us. And they said instead of that being on the, that they would let that go towards the new design. But it is out there due, and I guess I'm gonna have to keep stalling them and telling them.
And the invoices
I'll
is
get to you.
to the DDA. That's
Because
who the invoices.
line item 5 in this contract clearly says the DDA will contribute $43,000.
Yep, that might have been where that came from. And that's for the new design. But that's where it stands, is that the city manager's office and the mayor, for them to look at it, make a decision how they want to move forward.
So it sounds like our part's going to be to pay a bill.
I don't know. I can't answer that.
That's what the contract says.
Yeah. Well, the contract hadn't been signed. It was just presented, remember? It's not been accepted.
Okay.
So don't think the contract's in place, because it's not.
But it's with the city council, or is that with?
No, it's never even been to the city council.
Okay.
No, it's between the DDA and CVB. So,
So even, just for me, real quick, the mayor and who else is gonna make the decision?
city manager.
City
manager's office.
Okay, and then the CVB board and us, the DDA, are the ones paying towards it.
That's right.
So is there any way that we can talk to the mayor so our ideas and our thoughts, since us as the boards are putting the money for this?
Are you talking about for the new design?
Yes, for the new design.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
If it comes to that, yes.
Okay.
Those are just samples.
Right.
That's not what we
Set in
picked out.
stone or anything,
It was
correct.
just samples on what me and Janet Chumley sent them that
Yeah.
we liked, that some of our nearby cities here have.
Yeah, because I personally like
Yeah.
that one.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure
Yeah, we
have
won't
a
let the
voice
city
towards it as
manager and the
well.
mayor pick out the
Yeah,
design.
that's why I was like, as long as both boards get a say in
Yeah.
it, because they're contributing to it,
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
The
That's
city
where we
manager's
stand.
office does include Sarah, so.
What?
City manager's office does include Sarah, so maybe, Tom, no, but Sarah, she can pick signs.
Yeah, and that's who I report to now. I don't report to city manager anymore. Our entire office does. Sarah took some of the departments, and Tom kept some of his. So that's the way some of the reorganization was, so,
Oh, okay.
yeah. But that's where we stand on it.
So, no action from the city until at least August, probably later because of rebranding. This will be tabled indefinitely until we get feedback from the city of Villa Rica. You've got some events coming up, Alyssa?
Yes, and I left off public comment on this too, so after this, can we go and give anybody here a chance to speak? Okay, we do have our Downtown Restaurant Week coming up July the 10th and the 16th. And this is just a sample, what we put together. I've still got a few restaurants I'm speaking to. Y'all want to look at it? Friday, I went around and visited all of them except for a couple that were out of town, and left this and talked to them to make sure it was okay that we listed that
Okay.
their restaurant. I dropped you one
Yes.
off yours. If it was okay that we included them. And basically what we're gonna be doing live posts at the restaurants on social media, showing some of our members and volunteer eating at the restaurants. And I did drop off tips for the restaurant if they want to come up with a specific menu or give out coupons for the next visit or have a percentage off certain entrees, that's something they can do for the inside, but this will be presented by the Villa Rica Main Street and Downtown Development Authority. So I've got both your name on there too, but we do this every year, but we were gonna do more live posts, more social media posts this time. And we have 9 restaurants downtown, which goes all the way to Evans and Gulf Seafood, all the way to the Olive Tree, the back street, over on this side. I didn't include the sweet place. I'm thinking about asking her just to have desserts on it. If that's the case, that'll be 10. So it's just in the business district, but it's just another way that we promote our restaurants and get people inside to eat. So the advertisement for these are beginning to go out. I just wanted to let y'all know that your DDA is on this. It's one of your projects. So
Do you need anything from us during
No.
this week?
I just want to let you know about it, and you let your friends and family know to come out and try these restaurants, and support them, because we don't want to lose any of our restaurants. We've lost enough businesses. And everybody has to eat, for sure. So we've got a lot of unique restaurants, really, if you take a look at it. They're just not in a square like some of the cities. They're spread out because of the railroad track. But just remember
Real
that.
quick, Miss Lisa, I know that the nutrition place isn't a restaurant per se, but they like serve the drinks and stuff. Would that take into this? Because I mean, they're shopping around and it
If
is
y'all want me to
downtown.
include them, I will.
I mean, I don't think it would be harmful.
Okay.
I think it would benefit. That way they can get flow. That way people are like walking around from here to Hickstown.
Well,
and
do
they
you want
stop
me to
at
include
these places.
Hickstown Brewing? Because that's drinks too.
I mean, to me, like, even as a business, like a restaurant business, that wouldn't affect us in any way.
Yeah.
I think it's just a better way for people in Villa Rica to stop by in these restaurants or bars or smoothie shops to get an idea of what they're doing. And because a lot of people don't stop and walk here.
But if I put them on the restaurant week, is there a way for me to put some other category on
You
there?
could probably
besi-
just do like beverage category for them.
Is that okay with?
I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's good.
Make sure I've got them all. Villa Rica Nutrition, it's gonna be Cinema Tavern. Well, Cinema Tavern does serve food, so I've
Yeah.
already got them on.
And they're already on
And
here as well.
Hickstown.
And Hickstown.
Okay, that's all of them, right?
You mentioned Sweet Spot? You're going to
The
add?
Yes.
sweet treats.
Right. Yep,
Yeah.
you're going to add
Sweet treats,
them?
cupcakes.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
same place.
Yeah, that's the, yeah.
And we've
And
got a
that's
new
the
business
only-
coming in, right up here. What's it called? Snow cones.
Pelican Snow.
Oh, yeah, the Pelican snow
Pelican.
cones right there on the corner.
Well, to that point, right around the corner from Roosters, and I don't know if he's made a big impact, I think his name is Scotty, opened a little ice cream store right there on the corner. You know,
Oh, I wasn't aware of it.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
It's open already?
Yeah.
At Roosters?
No, right, where Pikes is, and you got the strip right in front of them,
Yeah,
where there's the barber shop,
yes.
right across the street from my office, right?
Oh, on the corner of the,
Yeah.
it did open already?
Yeah.
Because I know I saw some tables outside, but I
Well, the
didn't know if it
reason
had
why
opened or
I
not.
didn't know that, because I get all the new business licenses
Well,
that come
he may-
in, and it has not come in yet.
He may not have bought a business license yet.
Yeah, they let me know, even
Yeah.
if they're outside the
Scratch
central
that.
business district, I
Yeah.
get a
So-
list of them.
So if he doesn't have his business license, scratch it, but I've gone in there and bought ice cream from him, so.
Okay,
It was probably just for you.
Yeah. No, he's been open, and he put a barbecue grill out front and everything.
oh, okay.
So he's a regular entrepreneur.
Well, he may
And
have maybe he's been there for a while with
I
barbecue.
think his name is Scotty. I
Okay,
think that's what
I'll check
is.
it out. Thank you for that.
Yep. And what, are we gonna do any, like, Facebook Live kinds of things during the restaurant week?
Yes, that's what I said, live posting,
You're going
yes,
to go in there and then.
So in each restaurant, you're gonna go around and
yes.
have a little session?
So are you going to feature like a date, and that way you could promote that one particular date for Los Cowboys or the Cinema Girl?
Yeah,
so that we would know
we'll
that
start this the week
Great.
before.
Okay.
And the week of.
Right,
It'll
so-
be on our Instagram, Facebook, of course.
No, I meant so that, we know, like, to tell people, okay, they're doing the Facebook Live at Los Cowboys on such and such day, so make sure you,
And if
Yeah.
any of you
By.
want
Yeah.
to be,
Be on
any
camera,
of you
you know?
want to be in those videos, let me know, so we can schedule it.
So we
Not
can brush our
necessarily the
hair.
video, but I want to be in the restaurants.
Eating.
Yeah, eating, that's right.
No, because they're not, they only have the little ice cream. They're going to be included, I'll tell you in just a minute. We've also got Christmas in July coming up. That's Friday and Saturday, July 21st, 22nd. I've got the stores on this side already committed. So what that'll be is, that's Friday and Saturday, the stores, they stay open with their normal hours. They can dress their shop up in Christmas or something on the door. We will advertise them, and they can do sales, inventory reduction, or Christmas things, just anything to help get people shopping downtown on those 2 days. We chose those 2 dates because the 22nd is our summer concert number 2. So people will be in town that day. So we may not have 9 or 10 businesses on this list, but we will do something for those stores as well. So we're still working on that. But any more ideas like Maury's giving me, y'all let me know. But summer concert, July 22nd, reserved seating is still on sale. I don't think that one will be as big as the Bob Seger concert. We had over 2,000 people there that night. You could not move.
Right.
And
That was round of applause to you guys, because that was
that
amazing.
was awesome.
You got the round of applause. I hope you're ready for the next one.
We had to supply
Yeah.
beer kegs to them.
Then we have, I don't have it in
Or
here,
when you
but in
deliver the
August,
margaritas?
we have the Lakeside Band, an R&B band that travels nationally. And they were the most expensive one this year, so they're going to bring a big crowd.
Oh,
I'm taught with RCS Productions today. We're already looking at bands for next year. We're going to bring the Velcro Pygmies back one day. So we'll start getting the list and looking at those. We're going to take it to the council earlier this year and get that schedule out earlier. But we're looking at like a country tribute band. That's something a little different. And, of course, the
I know.
Pygmies are 80s.
Tell me, you guys.
Something for the younger crowd, but family-oriented, like for the 20s and 30s. But it's going to be fun looking at all those bands. He gave me all kind of ideas. But RCS Productions, we also use them for our sound and lighting, and they're just awesome to work with. They also did the sound and lighting for the Thomas Dorsey Festival this weekend. So we got a budget for about $100,000 to $105,000 with them this year. So I wanted to tell you about Christmas in July. So I will send you all the information on it when it comes. So you can put it up in your store or wherever you can put it. So, and also answer questions when people are downtown and they start asking for it. That's why I'm letting you all know so you can help us promote it as well. We've got, Madison in our office who does the advertising for the city now. So she's helping me put these things together as well. The next event, Main Street, Billerica Main Street has partnered with Landon Prather Fine Art Gallery to bring you Paint the City Gold event. And what we're doing in the July, what he has done, he's got about 13 artists who have put their application in with their work. What we're going to do, the boulders down the train park, which are the big rocks, they're going to be painted with this city history on them in time for the Gold Rush Festival. And we're going to submit to them some ideas. They're going to send it back for us to select, our board to select the winning artists who would do this. Then we're going to have media coverage. It's going to be towards the middle, maybe towards the end of July before we get this started. But our goal is to have this finished before the Gold Rush Festival. The sidewalk will have gold flakes or gold nuggets painting going towards it. I was going to have Prospectors Art Park open, but I've come into some issues with the stage. And all the outdoor furniture will be there, but it may not be all open in time for that because I may have to wait to the next year's budget to finish some of this. But there's some issues with the stage. It's unsafe walking up the steps. Some of the rocks have come loose, and I don't know if I should mark it off. Part of the James building is starting to fall into the park. It's come unsafe, so codes is involved in that. So you'll see that on the list. They've got 30 days. So I know Michael's working with them, but so that park may or may not be open. It may be just the outdoor furniture out there open, but we've got some issues out there. It's aged. It hasn't been maintained properly. You know, the city hasn't really put any money into it, but we plan on to fluff it up, make it look nice, another green space in town. But that's all the events I have right now. It's a lot.
Paint one, what would they need to do? Where do they sign up or?
Well, we've already got the applications. There was a deadline.
So there's no, okay.
The Main Street.
I wish I would have known, because I would have let the one that did our murals and stuff at the restaurant.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes.
They have to buy certain materials, you know, so that the paint
Right.
stays. We give them a $200 budget each, and whoever the winner is can sign on with Landon to display their work with his. But the whole goal is to bring art tourism back downtown, because we no longer have the art coalition. So that's part of the arts coming back into. So
Yes.
that's part of it. But I'm excited about it. So we got a lot of good things going. So I think that's enough.
All right. Does anybody have anything to add before we move into public comments? Any other topics that come to mind?
Oh, I do have a quick topic real quick. It's not really relevant. Well, it can be if we make it to the DDA. In September, it's Hispanic Heritage Month. And the library finally got approved for them to do the Hispanic, multicultural festival as well here at the amphitheater, which I think is amazing, because usually they would stick them in Goldust Park or in the library, and it wasn't getting as much social media or all of the topping to it for people to know about it like they should. And I feel like being at the amphitheater is going to bring a lot more people to it, and a lot more people are going to be aware of it. So I was wondering, like, us as the DDA, is there anything that we can do for it to also kind of like benefit us, if we can put a booth and sell anything so we can raise funds for the DDA, or something just for us to be involved? Because I think that's amazing. She's scheduled like from 11 till 5. She has people coming out to perform, to show their side of the Hispanic culture, because it's Mexico, it's Honduras, it's El Salvador. And then she just wants to make it multicultural, so everybody is involved in it as well.
What day is it?
It's going to be September 21st, I believe. Don't quote me on that. I don't remember the exact date right now. Yeah, but I think it was September 21st. It's on a Saturday, and it's going to be from 11 to 5. She wants to have people dancing. She wants to have the music. She's going to have performers. I've reached out to friends and family that I know outside of Villa Rica, because I have a friend who's a barber. If he wants to, like, rent a booth, bring out, just so you know, they have people outside coming to Villa Rica so they can see their stuff on this side of town versus just that side of town.
This is just my idea. The DDA could be a sponsor. Donation.
Something like something for
And
us
we
to
could
get
have our
involved.
name
'Cause I
on the
think it's,
banner. I mean,
yeah.
that's just an idea, but it's up to you all.
Okay. Just for you guys. Just,
And
I don't know
the
if
library
anything comes.
manager is coordinating all of this?
No, it's a lady that works at the library, but she has no money. There's no money in the library budget for her.
She wants the DJ. She can't afford the DJ because no one provides the funds. She
Yeah.
has to do everything on her own. She has to fundraise.
Yeah, she's the
to be
one
able
that's
to get
doing
everything.
it, really. She just works at the library, but they
Is
have
it
no money
Rachel?
for it.
Is it Rachel at the
My
library
brain
who's
just
doing
fried.
this?
It's the
No,
Puerto
it's
Rican lady?
it's not her. It's a lady. What's her name?
My brain is.
She
hot
teaches
and all
Spanish
right
out
now.
there.
Yeah.
I know, but Ida,
yes.
Hairston, I believe is her name.
Last name
Yeah.
is definitely not in my brain right now. But she had reached out to me, and I was like, I can, reach out to friends to come and get booths and fill up the spaces. That way she gets more money
But
for
then
that.
again, I don't know if they could even accept donations since it's her. So you might want to
Well,
scratch.
it's still going under the library, I think.
Oh, it is going
I
in the
think so,
library?
yeah. It's still
Yeah.
a library event.
Okay,
I believe so. I can reach out to her and get more information and see. But like I was saying, I just want it to be a successful event for Villa Rica to show that we are a multicultural city.
it should be
Yeah.
at the meal because it's more exposure.
Yes. That was it
And
for
you know,
guys.
my office too is going to promote that as well, like
Yeah.
I told Ida too. So
Yes.
once they get their flyer and their graphic ready, no.
Yeah.
We don't have a mechanism that I know of right now to be a sponsor or to provide a grant for something like that.
I don't know.
So we probably need to sit down and talk with Sarah on how that would work.
Yeah, even if it's not that, like just other ideas for maybe us just to participate or just be involved in some way.
You
I
don't want
think,
me
yeah.
singing.
Huh?
You don't want me to sing, no.
No, you know? Are you sure?
Yeah.
I want you to bring out your Hispanic side, Michael.
Yeah.
I want you to over
People
there,
will
you
run.
know, wear your sombrero or something.
Okay.
But that's it on my
On
end.
to public comments. We have two individuals here that are still not on the board, so they're the public. Anybody wish to comment? So we will close public comments, and our next item is executive session. Is there a motion to go into executive session for the purpose of discussing the purchase of real estate?
Second.
All in favor? We are in executive session.
Is that when I'm supposed to leave too?
Yes. I think,
It's when
well,
we turn things off. Last time we